Hello, everyone. I'm glad you're here and welcome to our webinar on how to build a GPT-based system from idea to deployment. And my name is Shemi and I'm thrilled to be with you today. Before we begin, I would like to share a couple of important points with you. The webinar is being recorded and rest assured we'll share a link to this recording with all participants after the session. In addition, we will also share a copy of the presentation with you. This document will include all the links to the resources and references that will be mentioned through the webinar. This way, you don't need to worry about taking notes or missing out any important details. So let's embark on this insightful journey together. Shortly about the agenda. Of course, for newcomers, I will introduce myself, a short introduction to GPT, how companies use GPT today with some practical examples, choosing the best large language model, GPT limitation, you must know how to determine where GPT can enhance your business, 10 steps to launching GPT projects, how we can help, and Q&A, of course. So first, let me introduce myself. For those of you participating in a webinar for the first time, here is a brief introduction. I'm Shemi, CEO of D-Labs AI. When I was 10, I was diagnosed with diabetes, which made data an integral part of my daily life. This ignited my passion for big data and led me to establish a company focused on creating a mobile app for diabetes management using AI. And now at D-Labs, my team and I harness data to improve not only the lives of those with diabetes, but also the lives and businesses of our global client base. We use AI and machine learning to help businesses improve workflows, drive efficiencies, and discover new AI-based business models. Okay, enough about me. Let's delve into today's webinar topic, GPT. While some of this might be straightforward for the technically savvy among you, I often find that people confuse two important terms, GPT and ChatGPT. So let's clarify that. GPT, or Generative Pre-trained Transformer, is a type of AI model designed to generate text that is remarkably human-like and contextually relevant. So what is ChatGPT? It's a specialized application of the GPT model that has been fine-tuned for generating conversational responses, and it's ideal for creating chatbots or virtual assistants. In summary, GPT serves as the overarching model, while ChatGPT is specialized implementation focused on conversation. Therefore, when you are developing a software and need to integrate conversational features, you would use the GPT model, not ChatGPT. Without doubt, ChatGPT has been a game changer in the tech world last year. So we have seen this firsthand at D-Labs AI, where interest in AI has skyrocketed, thanks in part to the array of capabilities ChatGPT brings to the table. From writing and coding to planning your shopping list, and even written poems or crafting official letters, ChatGPT has a multitude of applications. Now let's take a look at this chart. It indicates the time it took for various platforms to reach a user base of 100 million. As you can see, ChatGPT shattered second records, reaching this milestone in just 2 months. And it was overtaken only by Instagram threads, but it's obvious that the app could benefit from promotion via Instagram and Facebook. Quite impressive feat, don't you think? Well, ChatGPT has not only sparked widespread conversation across platforms like LinkedIn, but also has been instrumental in the cultivating a new generation of AI experts. But shifting our focus to the business landscape, numerous companies have begun to integrate GPT technology into their operations. This demonstrates not only their commitment to staying ahead in technological advancements, but also position them with a competitive edge in the market. You're probably wondering, okay, enough theory, show me some real-world examples. So let's dive into some research and case studies to really get what this tech can do. It might even spark some cool ideas for your own projects. As you already know, I have a special interest in the healthcare sector, so let's kick things off with a study that recently caught my eye. And the study is titled Comparing Physician and Artificial Intelligence Chatbot Responses to Patient Questions Posted to a Public Social Media Forum. The research team took 195 real-world patient questions from a social media forum and got responses from both actual physicians and the chatbot. Then a panel of healthcare professionals assessed these responses on two critical parameters: quality and empathy. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because nearly 79% of the evaluations favored the chatbot's answer over the human physician. Yep, you heard that right. The chatbot's responses were longer and rated as more empathetic compared to their human counterparts. These findings open a wealth of opportunities for how we envision the rules of AI in the healthcare. It's not merely a tool for data crunching or administrative tasks. It could genuinely help in patient interaction and even outdoing humans in some respects. All right, let's shift gears a bit and look at how companies in the healthcare sector are actually applying GPT technology in their operations. And we are not just talking about studies and theories. Here, we have concrete examples. Take Nobla, a Paris-based digital health startup co-founded by AI entrepreneur Alexander Lebrun. Nabla claims to be one of the first to deploy GPT-3 in a tool specifically designed to assist physicians. And it's all about reducing paperwork. They have named this service Copilot. Launched as a Chrome extension, Copilot essentially acts as a digital assistant for doctors. As a doctor conducts patient consultation, Copilot translates those interactions into various types of documentation, such as prescriptions, follow-up appointment letters, or consultation summaries. And yes, it's all powered by GPT-3. Nobla was an early adopter of GPT-3 back in 2020 and is currently using it as a base for Copilot. But what's more intriguing is their long-term vision, because Alexander Lebrun admitted that they are planning to build their own specialized language model tailored for the healthcare industry. Continuing on the theme of GPT's diverse application, let's take a closer look at Amazfit groundbreaking advancement in smartwatch technology. They have unveiled the world's first watch face integrated with ChatGPT, and this integration allows the watch face to display human-like AI-generated responses. Once activated, the watch face can ask how your day has been or offer a greeting. Additionally, it can display health and fitness data, such as step count, calories burned, and more to that. Users can also customize it to show information like battery percentage and heart rate. Moreover, the watch comes with the voice recognition features, and enabling you to interact with the ChatGPT simply by speaking to your watch. That's pretty convenient, yeah. But the innovation doesn't stop there, because not only does this watch face facilitate human-machine interaction through ChatGPT, but it was also developed using ChatGPT code generation capabilities. That's right, the AI played a role in its own programming. So as you can see, as AI and GPT models continue to evolve, their integration into everyday devices like smartwatches isn't just on the horizon, it's already here. Duolingo. Now let's talk about the standout example from the edtech industry, one of my favorites, Duolingo. They have harnessed the capabilities of GPT-4 to offer an incredibly personalized and interactive learning experience. With Duolingo Max, users can take advantage of Explain My Answers and roleplay features. So imagine having a 24/7 language tutor that provides you in-depth feedback and engages you in dialogues. That's what these features offer. Duolingo played it safe, limiting these AI-enhanced features to just 2 languages initially. This approach likely helps them manage system loads and stay with GPT's token limitations, preventing them from overburdening their infrastructure. And here is why this example stands out for me. These advanced AI-based features come as a part of a new subscription tier. This perfectly illustrates how AI isn't just enhancing user experience, but also helps to create new business models and opens up fresh revenue streams. Okay, let's shift out focus from learning to some pleasure. Night Shift Brewing, a brewery based in Everett, Massachusetts, was co-founded by 3 roommates. The team used ChatGPT to develop a new beer recipe, despite initial reservations about public perception. Given that brewing is traditionally hands-on craft, the results were nothing short of astonishing. With a few adjustments, a new beer called AI PA was created. The team even utilized AI to design the label and name for this groundbreaking brew. I wish I could try that. By the way, I'm fan of IPA. What's even more compelling is the public reaction. Night Shift launched the new beer as a limited run, unsure of what to expect. To their delight, it turned out to be a hit, drawing in customers specifically looking to try it. So we explored fascinating examples of how GPT is changing industries around the globe. Now I would like to bring it back home and share what we are working on here at D-Labs AI, specifically in the healthcare sector. One of the most pressing health concerns in Poland right now is the alarming rise in diabetes diagnosis, and the healthcare system isn't sufficiently educating newly diagnosed patients or their families, leaving them overwhelmed and unsure how to manage their condition effectively. To address this, we have developed Sugar Assist on LLM-powered diabetes assistant. This comprehensive chatbot is designed to help patients and their families to navigate the complexities of diabetes management. Sugar Assist covers essential areas from knowledge assistance, where it offers tailored guidance on blood sugar monitoring, and medicine management, to sports advisory that advises how physical activities could impact one's condition. We have also integrated emotional support features to help individuals cope with the new diagnosis emotionally. And the chatbot is not only personalized, but also ensures the user's safety by delivering only verified advice. This makes it a reliable and invaluable tool in managing this chronic condition. Honestly, if this tool had been available 2 decades ago, it would have been a game changer for me. I would have relished the opportunity to use it. Our next project tackles the challenging of LinkedIn outreach with D-Labs AI. We are all aware that LinkedIn has become a crowded marketplace where businesses are in the constant competition for attention, making it tough to break through the noise. Our project aims to resolve 2 main challenges. The first is capturing attention amidst a deluge of generic messages. The second is balancing personalization with scalability in our outreach. That's why we developed D-Labs AI, a tool that merges GPT technology with user-specific data to produce highly targeted messaging sequences. But these aren't run-of-the-mill sequences. They are meticulously customized based on the sender's profile, the recipient characteristics, and clearly defined problem solution framework. If you're intrigued and wish to explore D-Labs AI, we are offering free trials. You can either scan the QR code displayed on this slide or drop me a message, of course. If you wish to explore it, as I said, you can scan the QR code or on this slide, or drop me a message. Okay, let's move on to our next project, this time for the edtech industry. Higher education has become an increasingly competitive field, leaving students overwhelmed with options. And the big question here is, how do you match the right courses and colleagues with colleges, with individual aspirations and academic profiles, while providing timely and accurate information. To tackle this, we have developed an AI-powered student assistant. This isn't just a chatbot that answers queries. It's an academic advisor that understands each student's unique needs and aspirations. It scans our exhaustive internal database to suggest the most fitting educational paths. So what sets our solution apart? Firstly, it offers a rich information source, delving deep into curriculum details, entry prerequisites, and faculty qualifications. Secondly, it maintains fluid human-like interactions, addressing the need for immediate and responsive communication. Thirdly, the AI agent provides personalized educational guidance tailored to individual skills and aspirations. Lastly, the system is trustworthy, transparent, communicating its limitation when faced with unknown queries. Okay, next, let's look at how we are helping Boldly, a premium remote staffing company. Their challenge lies in the significant amount of time their assistants spend on organizing meetings for C-level executives. Add to that the complexity of context switching among multiple customers and meetings. To solve this, we decided to use large language models to analyze email threads, thereby offering real-time updates on the current status of meeting arrangements. And we created a software that auto-generates meeting records, detects key actions in emails, and provides a bullet point history for quick referencing. So what are the key benefits? Our tool substantially reduces the time assistant spends on tasks and provides robust support in meeting organizations. Okay. Now that we have explored various real-world applications of GPT in different companies, you're probably wondering how you can get started on your own project. First and foremost, it's crucial to understand that while GPT is powerful and widely used, it's just one among many language models available. Other options include BART, Llama, Falcon, Cohere, Palm, and Claude version 1, each with its own set of features and capabilities. And furthermore, even if you decide to go with GPT, you have choices like GPT 3.5 and the newest GPT-4. The question then becomes, how do you make the right choice? So let's delve into tips and strategies to guide you in selecting the best language model for your specific needs. First, consider the quality criteria. Your chosen model should be effective in solving a specific problem. For example, while GPT 3.5 is powerful, it may not be enough for certain tasks, and you may need to upgrade to GPT-4. Second, keep an eye on the cost, because naturally smaller models will be more budget-friendly, and aim to select the smallest model that is still capable of effectively resolving your specific problem. When choosing a language model for your project, you must consider the trade-off between open source and proprietary models. Open source models like Llama are great if you want total control over the version, your own instance for privacy and security, and even the hardware you run it on. It also provides a way to free yourself from reliance on large corporations. On the other hand, if you're developing an enterprise application requiring robust service level agreements, GPT or models hosted on platforms like Azure might be better. This often comes with the benefits of managed infrastructure and continuous support and updates. A third pathway is using open source models in a pay-as-you-go scheme, such through Hugging Face interface endpoints. And here, you don't build the infrastructure from scratch, but select the model you want to use. It's a good middle ground in terms of cost and flexibility. Finally, consider the length of input data. When working with projects requiring the analysis of large volumes of text, the input length becomes a crucial factor to consider. Here you have two approaches. The first approach involves using models like GPT-4 Turbo, which supports a context window of up to 128,000 tokens, or Anthropic that supports up to 200,000 tokens. And these models are built to handle long stretches of text and makes inferences based on that. So if your project requires deep insight from comprehensive documents, these models are particularly suited. The second approach focuses on filtering the data before feeding it to the model. If your task doesn't require the whole document for generating meaningful output, then you can use models with the smaller context windows. But be cautious. This approach requires a robust mechanism for extracting only the essential pieces of information from the text. Any oversight could lead to incorrect or inadequate conclusions. When going for the pre-filtering route, it's crucial to implement an effective data extraction system that can smartly pull out relevant snippets from the larger data set. Poorly designed system might omit crucial details or include irrelevant ones affecting the model's performance. GPT limitations. So as today's webinar centers around the GPT, let's focus on this model to make an informed decision about integrating GPT into your business processes. Clear understanding of its limitation is essential. So let's delve into those constraints. One major issue with ChatGPT is that it can lose the context of conversation. Even though it learns from our interactions, it might feel like talking to a forgetful grandparent who can't remember what was said in the last sentence. How to address this problem? We need to train the model in a way that helps in retain the context. Preparing training data for GPT can be pretty time-consuming. The input data required depends on what you want to train the model for, and it's essential to keep text length limitation in mind. Additionally, the interface process can be more complicated than just summarizing data, as it requires data and logic. Using external tools like OpenAI involves potential risks such as price increases, making contingency plans vital. In certain instances, building your own models may be the best solution. Another aspect to be aware of is service downtime. Since we don't have a control over external services like OpenAI, contingency plans are crucial. Currently, OpenAI doesn't offer a guaranteed service level agreement, although it's mentioned on their official site that they are actively working on publishing them and are committed to achieving this. Therefore, you need to be prepared for a possible service interruptions. It's also essential to recognize that ChatGPT can sometimes fabricate information. You cannot trust all generated content, as the model may provide unrealistic or incorrect answers, and validating the accuracy of large language models can be pretty challenging. So it's crucial to approach their outputs cautiously. Given the potential dangers of artificial intelligence in general, the issue of legal liability arises. And suppose your system employs complex algorithms and machine learning to enhance decision-making capabilities. In that case, it raises the question of who should be held legally accountable for the results. Is it the company responsibility, developer, or the system? I've noticed that many companies are hesitant to implement GPT or AI at all due to the concerns about data security. Indeed, sending confidential information to a third-party API always carries the risks of violating personal privacy or inadvertently exposing sensitive data. Let's take Samsung as a case study. The global tech leader had to enforce a ban on ChatGPT when it was discovered that employees had unintentionally revealed sensitive information to the chatbot. And according to a Bloomberg report, proprietary source code had been shared with ChatGPT to check for errors, and the AI system was used to summarize meeting notes. This event underscored the risk of sharing personal data and professional information with AI systems. It served as a potent reminder for all organizations venturing into the AI domain about the paramount importance of solid data protection strategies. Fortunately, you can significantly mitigate privacy risks, for example, through data anonymization. These techniques involves removing or modifying personal identifiable information to produce anonymized data that cannot be linked to a specific individual. However, this is just a part of a holistic approach that should also include data encryption, strict access controls, and regular audits. By adopting these combined strategies, organizations can more safely navigate the complex landscape of AI and data privacy. Okay, GPT limitations, you must know. Prompt injections. Have you already heard about prompt injection? This technique allows an external entity to control the language model output by manipulating the input prompt. The issue often arises when untrusted text becomes part of the model's prompt. It poses a particular problem for businesses that use language models to interact with the public, as it can compromise both the integrity and the reliability of the model. An interesting case is that of Remotely.io, which created a language model to respond to Twitter posts about remote work. However, Twitter users quickly figured out that they could manipulate the bot's responses by injecting their own text into their tweets. The reason this works is that Remotely.io takes a user's tweet and concatenates it with their own prompt to form the final prompt that they pass into LLM. This means that any text the Twitter users injects into their tweet will be passed into the LLM. And this vulnerability allows for potential misuse of the model in ways that cannot be harmful, such as spreading misinformation or inappropriate content. If you're using a GPT model for public interactions or content generation, it's crucial to be aware of its limitations and take steps to mitigate it, such as validating and sanitizing the input prompts. Another factor we should consider when working with GPT is the response time of the APIs, and our experiments with various large language models apps revealed significant latency issues in some cases, and OpenAI documentation clarifies that the speed of the response largely depends on the number of output tokens generated by the model. While these numbers are subject to change as OpenAI updates its infrastructure, it's essential to note that latency may also vary due to total load and other unpredictable factors. One practical tip for optimizing GPT API response times is to minimize the number of output tokens generating. Okay, drawing from countless AI consultations, I've picked up on a trend. Many businesses owners recognize the promise of AI and LLM, but are in the dark about its practical application in their business. They often approach me with a few scattered ideas, hoping to carve out a clearer path. So the real challenge is figuring out where AI fits into your business puzzle. While the allure of AI is undeniable, I must admit that it's impossible for me to fully step into the shoes of a business owner and magically discern their unique needs. Sure, there are specialized AI tools tailored for certain industries, but if a challenge is widespread, there is a good chance a solution already exists out there. So the real conundrum, zeroing in on where AI can truly make a difference in a business. And here's a thought. Rather than merely beefing up of your staff, why not consider how tech could let you cater to more clients without a proportional hike in the operational costs? Now, diving headfirst into AI might seem like the next logical step, but it's crucial to tread with a purpose. Before hopping on the AI hype train, business should pin down their specific challenges and gauge whether AI is the answer. So I can pitch a few AI-centric ideas, sure, but the crux of the matter remains: where are the bottlenecks in your operation? Are there tasks that are tedious or just plain repetitive? Those are just prime candidates for automation. Navigating the AI space sometimes means embracing a spirit of experimentation. Those ready to test the waters might just strike gold. Take Duolingo, for instance. They rolled out a fresh subscription tier powered by GPT, giving users real-time feedback and simulated conversations, as I already told, which, by the way, is a testament to how AI can spawn innovative business models and usher in fresh revenue streams. But interestingly, Duolingo played it safe, limiting their AI feature to just 2 languages initially. This cautious move likely stems from the risks of overburdening their system. Overstepping usage limits, or in the case of GPT, so-called tokens, can be all too easy, which might shed light on their conservative rollout. It's a textbook lesson in how business can blend vision with caution when integrating AI into their offerings. Embarking on the AI journey can be overwhelming, especially if you're new to the field. At D-Labs, we recognize the importance of gradual, informed approach to AI integration. That's why we offer a variety of services designed to help you navigate those waters with confidence. Our range of services, from initial workshops to comprehensive audits, are designed to explore AI potential for your specific needs without immediate commitment to full-scale implementation. These standalone services enable you to assess AI impacts and practical applications, helping to identify the best areas for implementation, calculate ROI, and build prototypes. So whether you're a startup curious about AI potential or an established company looking to integrate AI solutions, our aim is to guide you through this journey. We provide the insights and tools necessary to make informed decisions, experience the benefits of AI, and navigate your path towards AI adoption with absolute confidence. So if navigating AI seems daunting, expert support can be a game changer. If you're not ready for dedicated AI services, a great initial step is staying informed about the market trends. By being here at this webinar, you've already begun the journey, of course. Congratulations on this proactive move. And staying abreast of the AI world is crucial, and I recommend regularly reading industry reports and market predictions to keep up with the latest developments. Another effective way is to follow industry newsletters focused on AI. At D-Labs AI, we offer two valuable resources. The first one is Inside AI email newsletter, where we share monthly updates on AI news, tools, resources, events, open source projects, and more. I also run Bits and Bytes, a newsletter where I offer my insights on AI implementation, along with the subjective commentary on selected AI news. It's a more personalized take on the AI world, offering practical tips and perspectives. If you haven't subscribed to this yet, I highly encourage you to do so. This way, you will be well informed and better prepared when you decide to take the step in your AI journey. In the fast-paced world of AI, general news or broad tips might not suffice for business seeking or a more focused approach. Recognizing this need, we developed AI Radar at D-Labs AI, a service tailored for companies that want to stay informed and prepared, but aren't yet committed to a specific AI solution. It offers expert guidance and in-depth analysis, providing your team with the unseen perspectives that inform better business decisions. With AI Radar, you will receive AI-enhanced forecasts, helping you anticipate market trends and stay ahead of the competition. We also provide sector-specific news and carefully selected case studies, ensuring the information is directly applicable to your unique business area. If it sounds interesting, scan the QR code to read more. Okay. Let's dive into the hands-on stuff, how to actually build an app using GPT. As I said earlier, my team and I have made some apps using GPT. One of the best examples is our GPT-based student agent. Just to refresh your memory, the student agent serves as a specialized personal assistant. It uses our data to answer questions about schools, courses, and what you might want to study. Beyond simply answering questions, it's designed to guide the conversation strategically, thereby generating personalized course recommendation for each users. And our journey in creating an AI-based project, for that matter, begins with the critical first step, data gathering. This phase serves as a cornerstone for everything that follows. In our specific case, we needed to gather a rich set of data about universities, courses, faculties. But no matter what your project focuses on, remember the quality of your model output will be heavily influenced by the quality of the data you provide. It's not just about having lots of data, it's about having the right data. And it needs to be both comprehensive and detailed, and this will set the stage for a more effective and reliable GPT application. After you have gathered your data, the next critical stage is data cleaning. Large data set often contains errors, inconsistencies, or redundant information, and this can adversely affect the performance of your GPT model and the accuracy of its outputs. Therefore, it's essential to go through the data meticulously and eliminate any inaccuracies or redundancies. By taking the time to clean your data, you're not just setting up for a smoother implementation phase, but also ensuring that your model interacts only with relevant, accurate data. This will significantly improve the model performance and reliability of its outputs. After cleaning the data, the next thing we focus on is organizing it in a way what's most useful for machine learning models. We need to transfer the raw data into a structured format that can be really used for analysis. And this is key to making the data compatible with our internal systems and machine learning algorithms. For simple projects, a CSV file might do the trick, but for more complex data sets, you might need to look at more advanced data storage and processing formats. One of the significant challenges at this stage is handling sensitive data, like medical information. And this is where aforementioned data anonymization comes into play, because to protect personal information, for example, we might replace real names with the generic identifiers like person 1, person 2, etc. By doing so, we are making sure the data is not only optimized, but also secure. Remember when I mentioned the importance of choosing the right large language model for your project? Well, here we are, and the decision is crucial for several good reasons. The landscape of LLM is constantly evolving. Even for me, it's hard to follow up with every news about every model existing on the market. New models are being developed regularly, some of which may be better suited for your specific project. For instance, Llama 2, an open source model, demonstrates potential, revealing the capabilities of GPT 3.5. And it's important to stay current and adaptable in the dynamic field. It is a dynamic field. For our project, we didn't limit our search to just one provider. We explored multiple options, including some of the newest models to hit the market. Ultimately, we choose OpenAI. Then came the decision between different versions of GPT. You might be surprised to learn that we opted for GPT 3.5 Turbo over the newer GPT-4. Why? I will explain. Several factors come into play, including token limits, pricing, and the quality of responses. GPT 3.5 Turbo met our specific needs more effectively, and it's crucial to remember that each model has its own set of strengths and weaknesses. You need to weigh what's most important for your project. In our case, we prioritized performance and cost, aiming for a model that would deliver solid results without breaking the bank. The first one is fine-tuning. In short, it is a process where you adjust certain representation of a pre-trained model to align more closely with the problem at hand. It's like sharpening a knife. The model initially brought in knowledge is honed for a specific domain through additional training on a task-specific dataset. For example, fine-tuning GPT on medical text transforms it from general language model to a specialist in a medical diagnosis. But interestingly, data training is exactly how GPT learns. However, OpenAI cautions against using this method for knowledge transfer, suggesting it's more apt for specialized tasks or styles, not as the primary instructional method for models. Data embedding is the method recommended by OpenAI, involving allocating unique numerical identifiers to data chunks. What does that mean? Well, imagine a basic map displaying various landscapes like rivers, forests, and sea. If tasked with placing a 3 icon on this map, intuitively you would settle it within the forest. Similarly, inquire about the ship and the system, recognizing the semantic connection, may reference the data related to the sea and its internal map. At its core, embedding establishes a semantic connection between questions and answers, mirroring how you would organize related items on the map. Simply put, embeddings place each word as a point and on a coordinate system. Words with similar meanings are located close to each other. For example, the word apple would be located close to the word pear, as they are both fruits, but far from the word London. So why did we go with data embedding instead of fine-tuning? Trust me, this wasn't just a coin flip. There were concrete reasons. First up, ease of implementation. With data embedding, we didn't have to go back and train the model. That's a huge time saver and also keeps our resources intact. Second, effectiveness. Imagine you're asking the system a question, but you don't use the exact technical term. Data embedding is smart enough to understand the context and still give you an accurate answer. Moving on to efficiency, this method is not just fast, it's also cost effective. We didn't have to spend extra money on data search credits. Next, compatibility. Our system already uses a semantic search, and data embedding works perfectly with it. It ensures that we are always hitting the mark with our responses. Now, what about adaptability? This method let us get to know what our users are really after. It's not just about answering their questions, it's about understanding them and offering tailored recommendations. Lastly, versatility. Data embedding isn't just for text, it can also be applied to images. Imagine the potential. The ability to correlate text with images brought our project to a whole new level. So to wrap it up, data embedding wasn't just a choice. It was the clear winner for us, and it offered a robust and versatile way to link our chatbot to our rich knowledge database. Okay, let's move on to contextual prompts. Unlike traditional chatbots that just reacts to questions, our takes the initiative. How do it? We have built in what we call contextual prompts. These prompts are coded directly into the chatbot and work invisibly, meaning the user isn't aware of them. As people interact with our chatbot, these prompts subtly steer the conversation in specific directions. Why do we use them? In the case of our student agents, the goal is simple yet crucial. To guide users to the most fitting university and course based on their responses. So by leveraging these invisible guiding forces, we have made that chat experience feel more like flowing conversation and less like talking to a machine. The result is a system that's responsive to each user unique needs. Let's now talk about the semantic search, which is step 7 in our journey. So do you remember the concept of data embedding? Well, semantic search takes that a step further. It's not just about recognizing the words as the words a user says. It's about understanding what those words actually mean in the context. For our agent, the foremost task is to deduce the overarching fields of study from the user statements, and this deduction forms the groundwork for our semantic search. Following this, we derive embeddings based on this deduction to identify the most appropriate universities and courses. Upon gathering this pertinent information, we channel it as input to the AI model. Now we are moving on to step 8, model testing and refining. You need to be aware that chatbot's initial deployment isn't the final stage, but merely the beginning of an ongoing optimization process. For our student agent, we subjected it to a stringent testing regimen. It wasn't just to ascertain its performance and identify anomalies like hallucinations or incorrect responses. Uncovering these issues is the first step. Addressing them is the true challenge. And this is where prompts engineering comes into play. It is where you iteratively adjust and fine-tune your prompts to mitigate undesired behaviors and improve the chatbot's accuracy. Think of it as training a student. You must correct mistakes repeatedly until they consistently produce the right results. The next step is user interface creation. You could have the most intelligent chatbot ever, but if interacting with it feels like a whore, that's when then what's the point? This is why developing a user-friendly interface is so crucial. For those of us who are knee-deep in the data and AI, the temptation to tackle UI design ourselves might be strong, but the smart move here is to bring the professionals. If you are not a UI UX expert, it's a good idea to collaborate with someone who is. Trust me, your users will thank you. And now the final step 10, live environment integration. You've got a refined model and the brilliant interface, and you're ready to take it live. But don't forget that this isn't just about launching a standalone chatbot. It's about how the chatbots fits into your broader business ecosystem. For our project, the initial prototype was developed in just 2 weeks. However, inserting it into our existing workflow and platforms wasn't quite as speedy. This process demanded rigorous testing and tight coordination between our front-end and back-end teams to ensure a smooth integration. So while it's thrilling to go from prototype to live product, integrating it into a broader, more complex system presents its own set of challenges. That's why it's critical to plan carefully, foster inter-team collaboration, and remain adaptable as you roll out the new system. Okay. Every problem and challenge is different and must be treated individually. Fortunately, my team and I know very well how to avoid all the risks associated with AI implementation. So how we can help you? If you're looking to implement GPT or other AI technologies in your business but aren't sure where to begin, that's where we come in. At D-Labs, we recognize that each business has its unique set of challenges and goals. That's why we don't offer a one-size-fits-all path for each company. During a free initial consultation, which I personally host, I strive to understand your needs. Then, together with my team, we tailor our services to fit your specific business case. And whenever it involves crafting a custom AI strategy, setting new AI KPIs, developing machine learning models, establishing your data infrastructure, or integrating large language models into your system, we always try to adapt our approach to match your needs. Think of us as your adaptable partner in AI, ready to guide you from the initial idea to successful implementation. We believe that individualized approach is key to ensuring your success and delivering measurable, impactful results.